Hey guys, the Langbanger here. So I have a new opening for you. So the new Dark World structure came out this week, December 2nd. Guess it came out a few days ago in locals, but out to the public today. So this, I guess you could say, a retrain of the original structure deck. I don't even know when we started to get Dark World cards. It might have been Elemental Energy, might have been before that, but then we had I think it was called the Gates to the Dark World. So that's where we got Grapha, we got the Gates, we got Snow. So we got actually even more tools. This is a really cool deck. I must say though, like out of all the years that I've been in the game, it's pretty crazy that they drop a product and it is so scary to use against the current meta. And by that, like in a bad way. Because of tier limits, and really you don't want them milling because that's already what they're going to be doing. I don't know exactly how things work out, what you would be able to do with your strategy, right? Because you do want to draw, discard, summon, and all that, but you also don't want to help out your opponent. So I don't know exactly how you'd go about that, but enough rambling on. So we have a new rainbow. So when this is discarded, you can add a level 5 or higher Dark World monster from your deck to your hand. So that's pretty cool. I won't read the effects of if your opponent discards it. You're welcome to pause the video or just look up the card yourself. But for the most part, that's what I'm going to be assuming I'll be doing. So, and also these are the foils too on the top of the deck. So you have Dark World Puppetry, also a new card. So this is a quick play spell, and you can target up to 3 cards in any graveyard and banish them, then discard 1 fiend monster. So your effects will go off, and then during your main phase, except during the turn it was sent to the grave, you can banish it, then target a banished fiend monster, add it to your hand. So I really like this card. Overall, when you're talking about all the cards, all the support that this deck has, you also have the danger cards. It's going to be very hard to fit all of these cards. So you would look at this and you would say, yeah, this card's insane. At the very least, a side deck card. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, if you can fit it, great, because messing with the graveyards is really good. And I just really can't tell you, maybe just use 2 of a lot of cards, maybe just 3 of some, 1 of some. I don't know. You just got a lot of options and a whole lot of tools. You have Dark World Archives. So during your main phase, you can discard a Dark World monster, and if you do, Dark World monsters you control currently gain attack equal to the level of the discarded monster. So also, I'll skip down a little bit here. And then if a monster whose original type is Fiend is discarded from your hand to hand by the effect of a Dark World, or an opponent's card effect, even during the damage step, you can discard a card, draw 2. So it's a destiny draw. So I would at least say 1 of these, if not 2. I just really like it. So I guess you could say this is the new boss monster, but it is a negate and then a discard. So, and by that you discard. So you negate and then you discard, and then that should act as if your opponent's discarding it, and then you'll get some effects. So this is a really cool card. So you do need Grapha, Dragon Lord of the Dark World. That should be the original Grapha, and then a Dark Monster. So you can Super Poly, just keep that in mind. Okay. Dark World Ascension. During your main phase, fusion summon 1 Fiend Fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials mentioned on it from the field or grave. So actually, the first thing that I see here, you can use this in other decks if you have a Fiend Fusion monster. So just keep that in mind. And then you can also use materials by discarding monsters too if it's a Dark World. So that's pretty cool. And then during your main phase, if this card is in your grave, you can add this card to your hand, then discard one Dark World monster. So a whole lot of ways to discard, get the effects going, and just get bodies on the board, and pretty much build a board. I don't really think you'll want to summon mass monsters and like be able to attack and win per se, but maybe you just want to end on a really big link or an exceed. So not entirely sure there. You have Genta, Gateman of Dark World, and you can discard this card to the grave, add a Gates of Dark World from your deck to your hand. So it doesn't say if this card is discarded, you can discard. So that's pretty much cool. I mean, there's a lot of monsters in the game that just says you can discard this and then search out your main field spell. So like, I think fairies have that, right? Like Gravekeepers have that. Legendary Ocean, like there's a lot of cards that kind of do that. So that's cool. You have Parle. This is second to last foil, new one. I don't like this one as much. This card is discarded to the grave by a card effect. You can target one Dark World monster in your grave, special summon it to either field. I mean, it's cool, I guess, but I think we're getting to that point again where it's like this space. I don't know if this would make the cut or not. I mean, it's really cool if you started the tee off and you could bring back like your fusion or something. So, I mean, the value is there. It's a good card. I just don't know if it'll make the cut. You have Dark World Punishment. This negates a summon or a card activation. Or no, just a card summon, I'm sorry. And then you discard a Fiend monster. So that's pretty cool. Then there's another effect there. Then you have some reprints. So you have Rainbow, you have Lucent, you have Latinum. One of these was like money for no reason. I think it was only like a super. I want to say it was Lucent. I might be wrong on that though. You have Gold, you have Silver, Brawn, Beige, Brow, Scar, Cocky, Gren, Ceruli. You have the Vanillas, the Zur, the Renge. Now you're going to get to really good reprints. I mean, these are valuable reprints because honestly, as far as I'm concerned, you should be able to buy 3 of this deck and pretty much be good to go. I mean, maybe spend X amount of dollars to fill out your extra deck and side deck a little bit, right? Because you do only have that fusion monster. So even if you bought 3 of these, then you got 12 spots there, 15 in the side, right? But you're kind of, you're pretty much getting there, I'd say. This would be, I would say, why people would buy this deck if they don't want to use Dark World. Or you want to use Dark World and then you just get this added value. So Danger Bigfoot, Danger Thunderbird, Danger Mothman, and Danger Tsuchinoku. I want to say one is missing, one of the main ones. There are other ones too, but those are pretty much like your main ones. So I'm just really bad with the names. So it's kind of weird. I'm almost sure that there's one missing. But then you have Lilith, Fabled Raven, Absolute King Blackjack. That's the monsters, spells, Dark World dealings, charge into a Dark World, gateway to Dark World, Dark World Lightning, drag down to the grave, card destruction. So those are cool reprints. Those last 2, I could just put that in like GOAT decks or just have more copies. So take out. Forces of Darkness, Dark World Brainwashing, Dark Smog, Mind Crush, Deck Dev, another good reprint. Dynamiscus, that's a good reprint. Skill Drain, really good reprint. So finally we'll have a copy of this card. Well, maybe the previous one was cheap enough, but this should hover like $1 or $2, so that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. Then you have Grapha, and then you have Snow, and you have Gates of the Dark World, and then some random stuff there. So I did open up 2 of these decks already, and I saved, to go through the third one with you all. I noticed that I was shorted a Counter Trap in one of my decks. So that's a little unfortunate. Guess I can't do anything on that. But overall, I'm very excited to have this structure deck release. It would definitely be a really hard time, I feel, right now to try this out. But I think overall, if you're a very old school player, this should hit home. I'm very appreciative of all the reprints that we got in here. I think it is a very solid deck. And if this isn't playable now, I think we'll be looking to it in the future. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day. Peace.